I rise again in opposition to the state Senate maps. And as many of you know here in this chamber, I spent my career as a high school social studies teacher, just a short walk from the Capitol. And in those 27 years that I talked a lot about the importance of both understanding and participating in the governmental process. I bring that up now because as I look at this map, the state Senate map that we're voting on today, I don't understand some of the decision-making, and I certainly didn't participate in its development. We often hear about the war on Louisville from those of you from Jefferson County. But as the voice in this chamber for our capital city, my city, Frankfort and Franklin County, I can tell you that Frankfort has unfortunately become a battlefield as well. Due to this census report, which was submitted to us by the federal government, we're having to make these changes, and we understand that. We saw that last year with the unfair attacks on our highly trained, highly respected, and always fair circuit court judges. The attack was on our judges last year. And now we're seeing it again today in these two maps that we have voted on one and now about to vote on the second one. And I am aware that Kentucky's population has shifted quite a bit in this last decade. And that, of course, that means our legislative districts must change as well. Even so, I argue that the shift for Franklin County is just too extreme. Just as I talked about the congressional map, and we have voted on it, I want to go on record as saying that I strongly disagree with the choices made on this state Senate map. Right now, our district includes Franklin, Owen, Anderson, Gallatin, and Woodford counties. I'm not as familiar with Gallatin, but I know the other three very, very well. And I can say that we share a lot in common. All four counties are home to a large number of state employees and retirees. All four have a considerable amount of common interest, from farming to the bourbon industry. Under this new map, Franklin County goes into a new Senate district and becomes the southern end of it. Owen and Gallatin counties move with us, but we also pick up a portion of Carroll and Boone, and to the gentleman from 66, I love Boone County. I have relatives who live in Boone County. And to the gentleman who sits right next to me, Kenton 65, Franklin County is a vibrant part of central Kentucky, not northern Kentucky. And neither their region nor ours served well when we try to make the two pieces fit. That alone is enough for me to oppose this map. But I also feel strongly about the way communities like Lexington and Bowling Green and Covington are being mistreated. Fayette County, especially, deserves better. We all represent our constituents to the best of our ability, but the heart of the five districts in the Fayette County, out of the 6 Senate districts that were drawn, lies well outside of man of war. This map isn't about giving that county a greater voice in the Capitol. It's about cutting up this blue dot that it bleeds red. In ending, I want to repeat what I said when we voted on the Senate map version. It's wrong for all of them, for the way in which they were drawn up behind closed doors with no public input. That is wrong. And we're sending these maps to the governor's desk just 4 days after they were filed. That is not right. That is not how major legislation should be handled, especially district maps that will be in place for a decade. For these and many other reasons, I encourage this body to slow this process down and give the people of the Commonwealth of Kentucky a chance to have their voices heard. This is too important to rush. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.